Have you ever wondered how to create a budget that works for you? Well, let's dive into that. The concept of budgeting might seem a bit intimidating, but it's really just about understanding where your money goes and making intentional decisions about how to use it. You see, budgeting is more than just keeping your spending in check. It's about creating a plan that aligns your money with your values and goals. It's a tool that can help you achieve financial freedom, whether that means getting out of debt, saving for a dream vacation, or planning for retirement. The best part? Anyone can create a budget that suits their lifestyle and financial situation. There's no one-size-fits-all approach here. Your budget should be as unique as you are, tailored to your income, expenses, and financial goals. So don't worry if you're not a numbers person. We're here to make this journey as smooth as possible. Creating a personalized budget isn't as daunting as it sounds, and we're here to guide you through every step. The first step in creating a successful budget is understanding your income. Let's dive in, shall we? Now, when we speak of income, we're not just talking about your salary from your 9-to-5 job. We mean every single dollar that comes your way. This could be from a part-time gig you have on weekends, a side hustle you're running from your garage, or even that occasional freelance job you pick up. It's important to account for all these sources because, let's face it, every dollar counts. Another key aspect of understanding your income is knowing when it comes in. Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? This information is crucial because it helps you plan how and when to allocate your income towards your expenses. Now, let's talk about a common pitfall many fall into: overestimating income. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially when you're anticipating a raise, bonus, or even expecting to land a big client for your business. While it's great to be optimistic, your budget should be grounded in reality, not future expectations. Here's why. Let's say you've factored in a raise into your budget, but then, for some reason, it doesn't come through. You're left with a budget that's inflated and unworkable. This could lead to financial strain and could potentially derail your financial goals. So how do you avoid overestimating income? Simple. Stick with what you know. Use your current guaranteed income as the basis for your budget. If you do get that raise or land that big client, consider it a bonus, not a given. To sum it up, accurately calculating your income is crucial. It involves considering all sources of income, understanding your pay schedule, and avoiding the pitfall of overestimation. It might seem like a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. Remember, an accurate understanding of your income is the foundation of your budget. So get out there, crunch those numbers, and let's set the stage for a budget that truly works for you. Now that you have a clear picture of your income, it's time to examine your expenses. In the grand scheme of budgeting, tracking your expenses is the equivalent of knowing every nook and cranny of a maze. It's the key to navigating your way to financial freedom. Every single dollar you spend, no matter how small or inconsequential it may seem, is a piece of the puzzle. Think of it this way: your income is your financial fuel. Your expenses, on the other hand, are the holes in your fuel tank. Plug those holes and you'll go further with what you have. So let's dive into the world of expense tracking. There are a plethora of ways to track your expenses. You can go old school with a pen and a notebook, jotting down every purchase you make. This method has its charm, but it can be time-consuming and it's easy to forget to record an expense. If you prefer a more digital approach, there are spreadsheets. They are customizable, easy to use, and provide a visual representation of your expenses. With a few clicks, you can sort your expenses by date, category, or amount. Plus, the math is done for you. Then there are apps. These digital helpers can connect to your bank account, automatically track your expenses, and even categorize them for you. They provide real-time updates and can alert you when you're approaching your spending limit. The method you choose to track your expenses is entirely up to you. What's important is that you do it consistently. It might seem tedious at first, but the insight you gain about your spending habits is invaluable. Are you spending too much on dining out? Are your utility bills higher than they should be? Are you spending a small fortune on coffee every month? Tracking your expenses will answer these questions and more. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about where your money is going, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions and adjust your spending habits accordingly. Tracking your expenses gives you a clear picture of your spending habits and shows you where your money is going. With a solid understanding of your income and expenses, you're ready to set financial goals. Now, what does that mean? Well, financial goals are the unique, personalized objectives you set to guide your spending and saving decisions. They give your money a purpose and a direction. Financial goals are like the destination on your personal finance roadmap. Without them, you're just driving aimlessly, and we all know that can lead to some tight spots. So let's talk about the importance of setting both short-term and long-term financial goals. Short-term goals are the ones you want to accomplish within the next 1 to 3 years. For instance, you might want to save for a much-needed vacation, buy a new laptop, or even accumulate funds for a down payment on a car. These goals are closer on the horizon and can be very motivating because you can see the finish line. On the other hand, long-term financial goals are the ones you hope to achieve in more than 3 years. These might include paying off your student loans, saving for your kids' college education, or building up an emergency fund. These goals require more patience and consistency, but they're just as vital. And let's not forget about intermediate goals. Those are the ones that fall somewhere in between short-term and long-term. Maybe you're planning a home renovation in the next 5 years, or perhaps you're aiming to pay off your credit card debt. The beauty of financial goals is that they're entirely personal. What matters is that they're realistic, specific, and meaningful to you. This way, they give your budget a purpose and keep you motivated. Remember, your goals can change as your life evolves. So, it's important to revisit them periodically, adjust as necessary, and celebrate your progress. After all, the journey towards achieving your financial goals should be rewarding and satisfying. Setting financial goals gives your budget a purpose and keeps you motivated. So get started today and steer your financial journey towards your dreams. Now it's time to bring it all together and create your budget. You've got your income figured out, you've tracked your expenses, and you've set some financial goals. Now the fun part begins. Let's start by subtracting your expenses from your income. This is the basic foundation of any budget. Your income is your financial powerhouse, the fuel that keeps your financial train running. Your expenses, on the other hand, are the passengers on that train. Some of them are necessary, like rent or mortgage payments, groceries, utilities. These are your fixed expenses. Others, like dining out, entertainment, hobbies, are your variable expenses. Subtracting your expenses from your income will give you an idea of where you stand. If you have money left over, great. That's your surplus, and it can go towards your financial goals. If you're in the red, don't panic. This is where budgeting becomes more of an art than a science. Next, allocate funds to different categories. This could be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. You could have a category for every little thing, or you could bundle similar expenses into larger categories. The key is to make it work for you. Now, here's where the magic happens. You've got your income, you've got your expenses, and you've got your categories. It's time to adjust. Maybe you're spending too much on dining out, and you can cut back to put more towards your financial goals. Maybe you've got a surplus, and you can afford to splurge a little. Remember, your budget is a living, breathing thing. It needs to be flexible, and it needs to change as your life changes. Lastly, make it a habit to review your budget regularly. Life is unpredictable after all. Your income may change, your expenses may rise or fall, your financial goals may shift. Regular reviews will ensure your budget stays relevant and effective. And there you have it, your own personalized budget that works for you. Let's quickly recap the steps to creating a budget. First, it's vital to understand your income. Get a clear picture of how much money you're bringing in each month, from all sources. Next, track your expenses. This will give you a real sense of where your money is going and where you might need to make changes. Now, setting financial goals is a crucial step. What do you want to achieve? Maybe it's a down payment for a house, a dream vacation, or simply building a safety net. Whatever it is, write it down and make it a part of your budget. Finally, create your budget. This isn't just a one-time thing, it's a process. You'll need to revisit and adjust your budget as your life changes. But don't be intimidated. Start today, start now. Remember, a budget is more than just numbers on a page. It's a tool to help you achieve your financial goals and live life on your terms.